Hello everyone and welcome back to Every Other Saturday. So in today's video, slightly different, we're doing it on the morning of the game. So in today's video we're going to be discussing the upcoming game against Hibernian. So as I say guys, doing it ever so slightly different, going to do it on the morning of the game, see if that helps, see if it gets out to a few more people that way as well. If it doesn't, we'll revert back to doing it on the night before, but let's not waste any more time, we'll dive straight in. But first, as always guys, if you haven't done so already, please consider giving us a wee subscribe, like the video as well, and share it all over the socials and help us get out to as many people as possible. Helps us get on our way to our end of season target. Want to look to get 200 subscribers, we're only 3 away guys, we're so close. If you could help us out, that would be greatly appreciated. But let's not waste any more time and dive straight into today's video.
Every other Saturday's my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland.
Well, this game brings us straight back into the league action, and I'm looking forward to getting back to it. I know the league's over, but it's one of those things. I want to keep this run of form going, because let's not face it guys, we're sitting at game number 17 at home and we're looking for win number 17 at home in the league this year, so let's keep that 100% record going. Also as well, we're coming up against a team that have a relatively decent away record, but they have a kind of way of going about being inconsistent, shall we say. They get a run of games going and they'll get a random defeat out of absolutely nowhere, like teams like Motherwell that are drawn against Livingston. It's really weird to look at them because they've done so well to fight this third place from Aberdeen. Watching Aberdeen kind of imploding themselves and stuff like that, fair enough, but they've had their fight with Aberdeen and they've managed to get their claws in third place, but they're still as inconsistent as they are. Now, I'm not for a second thinking that Hibs are going to be a team that aren't going to turn up and give us a game today, but at the same time, I don't see them being strong enough and consistent enough to come to Ibrox and take the win. Now, as I say, with Hibs coming to Ibrox, this is them trying to secure their 11th away win, which is a great record for any club in the league, to be fair. So we need to look out for that kind of on the front foot attitude that they do bring to away games. You can't take that away from them. Now, scoring goals and defending, they don't seem to have a problem with this. So again, keeping lively, getting back to basics, keeping everything tight and strong, I'm pretty sure we could walk past them. Because let's face it guys, this is Ibrox at the end of the day. It's still the fortress that it's always been. So as I say guys, I just don't think they've got it to take anything from us today. Now, like us last weekend, they came out and they got a win in the Scottish Cup. I think they won 3-1, but it was the big thing about Christian Doidge. I think it was like 15 games he's just ended his goal drought from as well by getting 2. So that can bring confidence back into players. So this is where we need to watch that strike force and make sure that we stick tight at the defence, just like we've always been throughout the season. And this is what I'm meaning about the inconsistency side of things. You can't really overall say that they're going to come out and they're going to be strong enough, because watching them, you can't pinpoint exactly when they're going to keep this form or lose this form, and it must be so annoying to Hibs supporters. But at the end of the day, when I say that, it also screams to me that they're sitting so far ahead of Aberdeen. I think they're sitting 10 points clear just now, and they're sitting in third place. And any Hibernian fan, I would imagine, would be sitting at the start of the season going 10 points clear of 4th and sitting in third place at this stage of the season. I'm going to say they're biting your hand off, desperate for that. Do not get me wrong, no matter what Celtic do, they can't gain second place, they can't take over Celtic because they're so far behind all of us, but it's a great thing for Hibs to be having that third place position. They currently also have no injury worries or problems on that front as well, so I'm pretty sure they're just going to come with a standard lineup as well, so we shouldn't be expecting anything too different. One thing that might be different is I think we'll have Marciano back in nets, replacing Macy from the last game in the Scottish Cup there. So back to basics for Hibs, and I think that'll be where we stand. Now, moving on to Rangers, let's dive into exactly what we're here to talk about. Let's see exactly what we're going to be bringing to the table today. Now, as we know, we're coming off the win against Cove Rangers, the 4-0 win last weekend, and that's going to give us a kind of kick back into normality, because before that, the full time this season, this hasn't happened, and it was a bit of a shock. Before the last win there, we hadn't managed to win a game in 3. Now that was quite a big turn and quite a big difference to what we were used to seeing. So getting this 4-0 win against Cove and bringing it into Hibs, I think it's a very important thing we did. and I'm pretty sure now that the team's going to change back to a wee bit more of a normal side, shall we say. Maybe some regular starters coming back into it as well, and I'm pretty sure the firepower's going to need to be just as strong as it was against Cove Rangers, so we need to be guaranteeing some goals. So I'm sure we'll see Morelos, we'll see Kent, and we'll probably see the midfield return to normality as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to get today. I'm looking forward to the game because it's one of them where I'm pretty sure it could be one of those kind of strong 50-50 games for such a long period of time. But I feel as if we could get the goal and get it early enough, pretty sure we'll just put Hibs to bed and that'll be it. Only thing that does kind of concern me though, guys, is we're returning to league action. The trophy's already in the cabinet, kind of. It's one of them where I don't want the focus to come off because we've done so well to keep this 100% record. Now, I've said it in videos before, it's not the be all and end all to me. It would just be a kind of cherry on the cake, and I do want it, I'm not going to lie, I do want that, but I appreciate how difficult it is to get, especially when the league has been won so quick. And the fact that it has been won, the trophy's there, we're looking to get another trophy with the Scottish Cup. Is it one of these things we could take the foot off the gas? I can't have that happening. I just don't want to see it because we've done so well and we don't want to lose that kind of, I suppose, Goliath stature that we've got just now where we are so difficult to beat. So hopefully we keep that going, we move into today's game and we're going to, let's not be kidding guys, give Hibs the performance they deserve and go out and leather them. So guys, before we get into my team lineup and where I think we're going to be in my predictions, let's dive into your score predictions for today and see where you stand. So as you can see guys, pretty confident all across the board. We've got the usual suspects. Willie Burns going with standard 5-0 win. We've got Alan Murray going for 3-0. Also, we can see that we've got Gordon Lamond going for 2-1 Rangers. Scott McFarlane's a wee bit more confident with the 7-0 thumping. It's a difficult one to think Andy's going to be losing today, but you've got, there you go, Jason Dixon as well is going for 2-0, Peter Graham with the 2-0, Ross McKenzie with the 2-0, and William Gibson going for 3-1. So thanks again for getting involved guys. I love to see you guys getting involved on Facebook and stuff like that, it's brilliant. But as I say, I think we're all confident enough to say we're going to take these points today. Now guys, let's take a quick jump over and see who I think is going to be starting today. So today I think we're going to see McGregor in nets with Patterson, Goldson with the armband, Hollander and Barisic to start, back to a wee bit of normality at the back. We've got probably, I'm going to say Kamara, Davis and Aribo in the middle of the park, and the front three I'm going to give Morelos, Hadji and Kent. I think we're going to have quite a strong team on the go today, and I think this is what we need to take 3 points from Hibernian. So guys, that about wraps up today's preview stuff, but before we go I kind of want to take a retouch on some other things from Rangers today. The good news of the contract re-signing, we've got Balogun back in there signing another year, and it's great news to be brutally honest with you. He comes in, he has very, very good performances at centre back, he really, really does. I feel as if he's one of these players that you can put at centre back and you just have that wee bit more confidence, and I'm over the moon to know that he's signed with us again. But I've not managed to touch on it in other videos as well guys. We've got Steve Davis re-signing, we've got Tavernier re-signing as well. It's fantastic news across the board. I'm glad to see these players signing on and staying for a longer period of time. It's giving you that wee bit more confidence that the team's going to just need kind of tweaked next year, that we're not going to lose any kind of spine players, and we're not going to need to kind of revamp the entire squad, shall we say, maybe just placing new players in here and there to kind of bolster for things like the Champions League and stuff like that. Also guys, let's have a wee touch on the Patterson situation. Now, yes, I've said he's going to be starting, and I think even if Tav comes back out and says that, or we hear in the morning, that Tav's ready to go, I feel as if Patterson will stay for this game. It's quite clearly obvious that we need him just now. This whole carry on where you're listening to them coming across and saying that they want clarity and they want a bit of transparency when it comes to SFA decisions. Now, Rangers were in every right mind to appeal the decision. We all know he's going to get banned. Now, they were really in their own right to appeal the ban, but when SFA come out and say that they don't know when it's coming out or it's being postponed, and we're hearing from other sides of the city that it's our fault and it's bias coming from us, we don't make that decision for the SFA to extend the rules. So because they've done that, he's now available to play tomorrow and against Celtic. Now, obviously, we've seen with the Celtic game that it's probably going to be moved. Unfortunately, we've had the sad passing of Prince Philip, and it's a sad thing to hear, it really is. And our thoughts and our prayers and stuff like that go out to the Queen herself and the family, and hopefully it's a bit easier for you in your sad time. So, having all that, with the game being moved, I fully believe that that's still the same principle. We'll still see him ready, and it'll probably come back out on maybe even Monday, and that's when the ban will come through, and he'll get the ban that he's set to have. But basically, everybody coming out and telling us that it's our fault that the ban hasn't been put forward yet, I just think it's pathetic. It really, really is. Listening to the fake 10 in a row understudy over there as well, just he comes out and he says such drivel. And let's face it, it's not going to be his job for much longer, so maybe he should just keep his mouth shut and move on, like Ali McCoy says. Just focus on your own team. But with that being said though, guys, I think that'll wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like the video and comment away. And please share it all over your socials as well. Help it get out to as many people as possible. As always though, guys, thank you so much. I have been every other Saturday, and I will see you on the next one.